What is going on, Awakened Ones? Welcome to another episode on the Love of Wisdom. If you've been on this journey with me, thank you so much for being here. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Brittany Fontanez, and what I do is I assist people into awakening their power to find the infinite love within themselves. Now, if you are watching this right now, please, I ask you a favor. If you could subscribe to my channel, it would be so beneficial for this movement that I'm really trying to start, that I desire, that is beneficial for a lot of people. And also follow me on Instagram, as well as I post uplifting things just to empower you every single day to be the best that you can be. Now, today's topic, I feel, is going to benefit a lot of people, probably change a lot of perspectives and expand your awareness tremendously. And it is about how past loves construct future love. Meaning that the things I'm going to be talking about with you today are these three things. Is that one, how these past loves mature you to move forward. How these past loves were a state of illusion for fulfillment, but were lessons. And third and lastly, is how these past loves facilitate the pure love that you so know that you deserve and desire. Now, first thing I want to get into is, from my own experience, so many bugs in front of me, is that I've learned in my past relationships, I've attracted relationships where I've become the abuser and I've had people abuse me. Now, understand, abuse doesn't always have to be physical. It could be verbal, it could be emotional, it could be spiritual. All my life I've been through this type of abuse that I really just know the structure of it, to the point I allowed myself to be it. Now I'm not even in that state anymore, but I'm really glad that I can't share it with you because I matured out of it. But how these past loves mature you. They mature you because they show you lessons. They show you who you were. And they teach you how who you were and who you allow yourself to be and who you allow yourself to attract into your life to be with that person in that relationship has showed you your past ways of what you grew up with that made you experience that love to the point that you allowed yourself to be it and reciprocate it out to the person that you're with. And I will actually be honest, in most of my relationships I was kind of an abuser. I was one where I would abuse that person's emotions. I would think that I would laugh at their pain sometimes, or I belittled them. I made them feel like they weren't fully accepted. I didn't make them feel loved. I didn't make them feel like they were enough. And I've learned now that I am alone now, but I'm not really alone. I'm with myself. I'm never alone. I've learned that now. But since I'm learning this now, I've come to learn that not only that I grew up with a state of being an opinionator, being very judgmental, being very demanding and possessive, I've really matured emotionally. And I know a lot of you probably have learned the hard way as well, where you have matured emotionally and mentally to the point that you know what you deserve now and you know what you need to do in your next relationship. Now, know that what I'm talking about is not about attracting your next relationship. It's about who you need to be in a relationship that's going to be beneficial for your well-being and also for that person as well. Now, when you mature from these past loves, you start to structure a new way of you being or becoming. You start to realize that you don't want to be that person that doesn't make that person not feel accepted. You start to become the person that you so desire to seek into your life. And that makes you want to move forward. That makes you start believing that you do deserve love and you are worthy of it. So there's nothing wrong with you. And don't think that there's anything wrong with you, because there's nothing wrong with you. You're just starting to learn now and mature into a state where you know who you need to be for this next relationship that's beneficial for you. Now, for the next step I'm going to be talking about is that, like I just said, a lot of you are probably confused by when I said this, is that illusion of fulfillment. These past loves have probably been in relationships of toxicity. A lot of us have a tendency to believe that when people are a certain way, like their personality, they think how they are and how they're acting towards you is love. Like a lot of women nowadays, I've experienced this all my life. I've never been through it, but I've experienced this all around me. There's a lot of women who do get beat physically. They have a tendency to believe that that's just love. That's the person loving them. Or when someone belittles you, that's someone loving you or thinking they know what's best for you. The one thing I'm going to explain to you, that's not love. That's just an illusion of fulfillment. What I mean by illusion of fulfillment, that person who's being abusive thinks they're doing something beneficial for you. But in reality, they're just reciprocating their pain onto you. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with that person. That person hasn't healed from what has hurt them to the point that they don't know how to express their pain in a way of communication. So they do it in an abusive way, and to you that may seem like it's love, but it's not love. Like me, I grew up with love. I grew up with that illusion of fulfillment. I grew up with thinking that I was love and out of all this pain, but really it was just toxicity. I grew up with nothing but mental, emotional, spiritual pain. Honestly, like my mom didn't even know how to accept me for my sexuality, or being verbally abused by my siblings, or feeling unworthy, feeling like I wasn't enough for my family. And I thought this was love. I really, really thought they loved me. And don't get me wrong, people are who they are, and they don't know how to express love the way that you feel that's beneficial for you. But this is where your discernment has to be on point, where you have to be aware of how people are and what you're going to allow into your life that's going to benefit your well-being. And I thought all these were beneficial for my well-being, so I kept going back, and I kept trying to be the fixer, and I kept trying to change people and change things. But in reality, the only thing you could do is learn from these things and change yourself. And then not only that, I've come to most of my relationships, all the pain I've been through have reciprocated into these relationships that I've attracted into my life, to the point that they were very toxic. They got very toxic to the point it seemed like I was always arguing, always belittling, always judging, always opinionating, always having to say something, always thinking that I was right. And not only that, some of us get into these relationships where we just want to fill our voids. We want to have so much sex thinking that's love, but really you're dissipating the true issue that's in front of you, and that's you lacking communication, probably. That's you lacking expressing yourself. That's you lacking sticking up for yourself in this relationship. But a lot of us think it's love, but really it's just a form of illusion for your own fulfillment, for your voids. That's all it is. And even like most of us think we deserve this kind of love because we attracted it. No, you don't deserve that. That's not love. You just attracted into your life because you didn't understand that what you grew up with in your environment has been marinated onto you, and you haven't taught yourself how to let it go and heal from it, to the point that we don't allow ourselves to be alone and not be in relationships, to allow ourselves to grow, to allow ourselves to know that what we need in aspects in the person that we desire to have, and we need to facilitate those aspects in ourselves to be that person to attract what we desire. So, but just know this, those past loves, even though they were of illusional fulfillments, those past loves teach us so much lessons about how we treat people and how we are going to allow people to treat us. I've learned a lot from relationships that the reason why I acted the way I was is because I allowed people to act that way towards me. I tolerated it. And just know this, when you allow people to act certain way to you that you do not like, understand this. You may not like this, but this is truthful. And I'm only going to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, because it's going to set you free. We allow people to treat us the way they do because we treat ourselves that way. And I'm not saying people who are very, very hateful treat you that way because there's something wrong with you, or treat you that way because you treat yourself that way. Most of the time it's not even about you, it's about the other person. But at the same time, it is a mirroring of yourself. You can never get offended when someone's stating something that may seem so offensive towards you, but it can't be offensive if you don't take offense to it. But if you do take offense to it, then there's something mirroring back to you that's trying to teach you something about yourself. I've learned from my relationships of being a little bit hateful, even though I felt like I wasn't being that way. Understand this. You may feel like you were doing good to some people, but no matter what, you could be a blessing to some, and you could seem like a villain to some people's story. Just understand that. And that's okay. Because some people don't understand you for the way that you are. And that's not their job to. But it is your job to understand yourself and rebuild yourself to the way that you feel like you need to be and feels like it's beneficial for your overall health. But these past lives teach us so many lessons that it teaches us not to only grow up. It teaches us to, really dig deep and ground ourselves in our integrity. To ground ourselves to understanding our worth and understanding what we bring to the table and what you need someone to bring to the table too. And understand this video, I'm not talking about this video so you could attract your new love or someone in your life. This video is about you bettering yourself so you can be the attractor of what you desire. And so you can also, what you desire in someone else is what you need to become first in order to have that in your life. This is what this video is about. So the last thing I want to share with you, how these past loves facilitate a new pure love that you know you deserve. From my own story, my own experience, I've learned throughout all my past relationships that now I want to be alone and take some time for myself and learn what I need and learn what I bring to the table, because it's so healthy to go back into the past and look at these relationships from a state of compassion. Like the other day I had a dream where I was laying in a bed watching TV, and my first love, I've ever loved, this first girl in my life, comes and lays next to me. And we started cuddling. I felt discomfort from it. I felt that same pain that she has caused me in the first relationship that actually reciprocated to the next relationships. And I looked up the meaning of it. And it said, if you're still feeling that same pain, but you felt a sense that you don't want the relationship back or the person back, then you have evolved into understanding the lesson of it. And that is, you know what you want and you know what you deserve. And that opened my eyes tremendously, because it made me go throughout all my entire relationships that I've had up until this moment, that I've attracted those things because what I've experienced at a young age and what I thought was love. I thought people being emotionally distant was love. I thought them staying quiet and not communicating was love. I thought, just trying to be there and be the supporter of them but not doing that for me was love. I thought that. I thought me always opinionating, always putting my opinion was love. But really, what I've learned is that I need to have compassion for myself. And I need to stand my ground and let people know what I need straight off the back. Instead of going through sex so quickly, going through non-communication so quickly, just rushing in so quickly. Now I'm just taking the time to understand that you're probably in the same place. Now is the time to realize these past loves just were a state of realizing who you were, so you can subtract those things and add on to positive things that are going to benefit who you need to be in a relationship, what you need to be in a relationship, how is it going to benefit you, and how you're going to love yourself and how you're going to love this person. It makes you really not only write down the aspects, but it makes you really visualize, how am I going to act? Who do I want to be? What kind of personality do I want to have? What is my behavior? in this next relationship that I so desire and seek. And not only that, it makes you wonder, what do I need to be in order to attract the things that I deserve? That's something that really needs to be dug into, because we rush so quickly into relationships, filling these voids, not growing up. And then we continue to jump to relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship. And yet we continuously question ourselves, why do I keep getting people like this? Why do I keep acting like this? Why does it feel like I'm becoming a worse person and not becoming a better person with someone I'm supposedly in love with? That's the thing. You're not in love. You're seeking love from the wrong ways because you're not realizing you're avoiding parts of yourself that need your love, but those parts of yourself are being voided out because you're receiving the things that you don't want to fill these voids, to making you think that you need these things. I started with the air quotes, but I just want to be real. Just know, now is the time on this earth to really awaken and align yourself with your true abundance and your pure love that divine has for you. Because when you understand your own divinity, you're going to attract someone who's going to see the good in you. And you want someone who's going to see the good in you. And you're going to want to be someone who's going to see the good in someone. You're going to want to be compassionate. You're going to want to be open. You're going to want to communicate so much more. Yes, sex is great. Don't get me wrong. But there's everything wrong with just giving yourself away and giving your energy away in the most vulnerable way without a person being able to be vulnerable with you in a communicative way. Just know these past loves are just lessons to help you facilitate. What I mean by facilitate is to create a pure love that's going to open your heart. It's going to open your mind. It's going to make you want to change. It's going to make you want to become better. It's going to make you want to give more. It's going to make you want to love more. It's going to make you want to be a person that you never thought you could be, but you're a person that you so desired to want to become because you knew all along you had it within you, but you needed someone to see it within you. Now is the time to see it within yourself before someone could see it in you. That's how you take these past loves and to create pure love for the next relationship that comes into your life. And when you do the work, when you do the inner work, when you start glowing, when you start feeling good with yourself and start loving your body and start loving who you are, having respect for your essence and for what you bring to the table, you'll realize what you give to yourself is what you're going to want to give to that other person, and to the point that you're going to attract that one. You're going to attract that person. That person is going to give you what you give to yourself, and probably even more. But just know this before I end this video. You don't need someone to complete you, because it's not someone's job to complete you. It's your job to be at peace already. And when someone sweeps into your life that you know you deserve, they're just going to add to your peace. And you're going to want that person to be at their peace too, so you guys can create more peace together. And that's how you create power. That's how you create pure structure and pure love. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you won't have any arguments. Nah, let's subtract that. There's no such thing as arguments. There's only such thing as communication. Some people don't know how to communicate. That's when you got to know you need to bring something to the table that I've been bringing. It's just that simple. You'll start to learn that these past loves will teach you what you deserve, to the point that you'll immediately let that person on point what you deserve and what you need and what you're going to bring to the table. And then you're going to save yourself. You're probably going to save yourself so much time, headache, and heartbreak if you're just going to be real. Because you know yourself, because you went through the work, you did the work, and you looked at these past loves and you're like, I know what I need in this love. I know what real love I need. I know what I deserve. So I know the next person is going to come and say, but they better bring something to the table that I know I'm going to bring. And that's how you will take these lessons and structure a more powerful self that is you. So until then, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it this long, please like this video, and also, if you're already watching it, subscribe to my channel. Share this info if you really think it's beneficial. I feel it's definitely beneficial for a lot of people, since a lot of people don't really want to get into this kind of topic, but I feel like it is very, very helpful and eye-opening. So if you feel like it was the same for you, put a comment, like this video, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel. But until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Stay blissful, remain authentic, love yourself wholly, and namaste.